My name is Richard. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, on Subway Computer Random, and today we talk about Kipo, the Age of Wonderland, Season 2 or Part 2, whatever you prefer. And this season was actually amazing because it's something that I wasn't expecting to be even better, but it is. That's something awesome. Anyway, let's start with the whole thing. It all begins with Kipo trying to get Cereman trying to save her dad, Leo, but only problem is Kipo actually made it to keep up with Scarlet. She got her ass kicked trying to save her dad, and her dad the last moment says go to an old goat sisterhood or something like this trio who would make her train or understand what she really is. Of course, if you see the Ghost Sisters and you understand what they're trying to do with the Ghost Sisters, it's basically a reference with the fates. The three ladies who are completely blind, have one eye to see the future, past, and present. Yeah, it's kind of like a idea spin off that, but instead of using an eye, you use cheese. I mean, I wasn't expecting cheese to see all-seeing eye, but why not? Let's go with that. Besides that, the three Goat Sisters tell her you have to know who she is, and especially you have to find sort of anchor to help her transform to this beast form. Kipo agrees, and she's trying to find who she really is and to understand how to transform. Of course, when she finally transformed, that one thing sounds super awesome, but at the end, I actually realized that basically becoming Super Saiyan. Yeah, in fact, you can see her evolution becoming that Super Saiyan type, because you see her half-breed, her full Jaguar feet, and her Omega Jaguar feet, especially the three Super Saiyans with the twist that she is sort of a Naruto demon inside her. She trying to control who trying to be the master, who will be the beast. All that sort of twist was sort of fascinating. The only thing is missing that sort of glow just to make it more badass. Of course, that's just me being a fanboy of Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, let's continue on to understand who she is and find her trigger. But on top of all this, she finds out who is Cereman. Her surprise twist that Cereman is basically Kipo's brother. Something I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I'm not sure they actually pulled it off, but in the end they did, because Cereman became sort of a pathetic villain because her father Leo had to make a choice to save her own daughter or Cereman, and she chose her daughter because how this thing happened. Everything sort of exploded, and now he had to make a sort of a choice. Point Leo was sort of blaming himself he couldn't save Cereman, but at the end you kind of understand his situation. You had to make a choice. You couldn't save everyone. Cereman doesn't see the same way that everybody else, because you see his backstory. You see him sort of getting tortured in the laboratory and finally escaped to be free on the world. But the only problem is Cereman was a very intelligent creature. He couldn't survive because he didn't have that animal instinct. He also doesn't have the experience to survive outside, because you see Kipo at the very beginning how she sort of struggles to survive this world. Imagine imagine Cereman, who has no love, no train, no experience, and no animal instinct. See the huge difference, because he struggles so much. Even to make allies was super difficult because he was so proper in the wild lands. You can't be proper because you have to be a monster to survive. But it goes even deeper in that, because he finally saw his father and her sister. He thought would be this the moment we're back together and it would be okay. But he realized Leo was caring so much more about Kipo than him. Everything he has, everything he wants was all about Kipo. So you can see that was sort of the last straw, sort of this hatred of human beings, hatred of this world, because he has no power, no control, no safety. The only way to be safe and have full control. And that is pretty interesting for a character. You understand why he became Cyberman, why he's so basically just awful as a creature. Besides that, you also have another character called Dr. Amelia, and Dr. Amelia should be the next villain of next season, because Dr. Amelia is the one who kind of broke Cereman, and he also destroyed Kipo's whole family, because she was sort of obsessive that the human being race should be dominant. We should not be weak because we were here first. That sort of mindset, it's sort of disturbing, because the very beginning, the reason was Kipo created to understand how this evolution trigger happened, did engineer that sort of formula so the human race would be dominate. But of course, Kipo parents decide to create this formula to improve humanity, to be equal to the mutants outside of the world. Of course, Dr. Mia did not see that. She believes using this formula to take the Earth back, to make it better, because human race make this world even better because the mutants outside ruined the world. But at the same time, that kind of logic did not make sense because the human race kind of screwed the world ourselves, and the mutants outside, the animals who are now intelligent, they technically they can be a little bit better, but not yet there. So you can see sort of her process, how she thinks. It's sort of disturbing in so many different levels. One more twist that Kipo's mom is still alive. Yeah, I thought she would be sort of like a dark very reveal that she is the real bad guy of the whole series, but no, that was Dr. Amelia. So Kipo's mom, what happened to her? That I wasn't expecting the answer. It was the mega monkey, the one who see the very beginning, that was her mom, because how she became that is sort of the experiment what she did with Kipo. The side effects having her, giving her birth, kind of give her this new form, this new ape form that is uncontrollable. So at some point, you see how Kipo understands it and trying to help her to be human once more. Of course, that show sort of ends there, and the twist of everything is Dr. Amelia is basically setting up for the final season, and you have to say, I can't wait for it because so many things happen in this series and I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect all the plot twists, all the reveals, all the good music and animation. Everything was just so perfect. It still kept up everything, except for me, one or two things. Nothing really bad, just more sort of little nitpicks. For example, transformation, how she sort of control herself to become this Super Saiyan form. To me, it was sort of fast, but not really that fast. It's something you don't notice because the pacing was super well handled, but at the same time, I'm not used to seeing that. I'm used to just sort of extending for a full 2 seasons that finally have full control of her transformation. That's the thing that sort of caught me by surprise, but once more, it wasn't bad. It just, I wasn't expecting it to actually succeed so well of that sort of explaining how she transformed. The second nitpick wasn't that bad. It's the fact that kind of love interest in the whole relationship about Dave? No, that was Dave. Was Benton. There we go. Benton is sort of trying to get a boyfriend, but talking to his dad like I'm a good guy. That sort of cringe that you really didn't need that cringe to be there. Like, please, you're doing so well. Something I can handle. Don't do that way. Do something a little differently. Something that doesn't feel so cringy. It feels giving more like secondhand shame. Please, that's something that just bothers me. But it wasn't bad. It just, I'm not really like that kind of cringe sort of humor. Like, oh, it just nags me to death. Besides that, the whole series was amazing. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.